What's up, everybody? A big regional we have today to talk about, and that is the Starkville Regional, Duty Noble Field. I think 15,000 seats, unbelievable atmosphere, such a great place to play baseball, and I'm sure it's unbelievable to be hosting a regional. Mississippi State is the host, and they'll be alongside the Cincinnati Bearcats, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, and the Lipscomb Bisons, I think. So yeah, a lot to talk about. There's some really interesting teams, and I can't wait to get straight into it. So of course, I'll start with Mississippi State, one of the best teams, best programs, I'll say, in college baseball. They finished the year 40 and 17, a bit of a down year for their standards. A couple weeks ago, they were as high as like 4 or 5 in the country, but they dropped now down to about like the 15 range, I believe. And that's just because they've been really cold over the last couple weeks. It happens, but it's definitely the worst time to be losing games. The biggest problem with Mississippi State is the fact that they just kind of lose to all the teams better than them. Texas A&M a little bit better than them. They lost to them. Auburn they lost to. Georgia they lost to. Texas, Arkansas. Their only kind of bad one is Tennessee, which isn't terrible. I mean, considering Tennessee's going to be a 2 seed in this tournament anyway. But their only big wins are Vanderbilt and Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a pretty good one. Vanderbilt doesn't mean too much. Mississippi State as a 1 seed, great, good team. Unfortunately, I don't think they've beaten enough people to be super competitive. In the regional, for sure, they'll be competitive. In the grand scheme of college baseball, I don't think they'll be super competitive. But if they are going to be, it's definitely going to be because of Ace Reese, who has 20 home runs this year, been one of the best players in the SEC, arguably one of the best players in the country. He's been everything for them. The Cincinnati team is interesting though. 37 and 20 on the year, 17 and 13 in the Big 12. They've had a pretty solid year. They've had some really long winning streaks, which helps them a lot. Occasionally they have these like big offensive performances where they kind of just go crazy out of nowhere. And they've gotten some good series wins out of it. West Virginia is the main one. They also beat Auburn in just a one-off game. They also beat UCF, who's I believe in the tournament. And yeah, they've had some pretty good series wins. Just they have a lot of pop, especially near the end of the season. They've done enough to certainly make me consider them for a regional. A lot of that is because of Quentin Coates, who has 28 home runs this year, which is unbelievable. But they also have Nathan Taylor, 112 strikeouts on the year, an amazing ace, helped them solidify defensively just a little bit. Cincinnati's a really good team. They've lost a couple series. They lost to Oklahoma State. They lost to Kansas, BYU. BYU concerns me a little bit, but Cincinnati's just one of those teams that I feel like they can kind of beat anybody, and that's what I'm kind of hoping for. And I really hope that they can give Mississippi State a run for their money. Now, one team that I've not been able to wait at all to talk about in these regional predictions across the entire tournament is Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns. Now, you look at their record, 39 and 23, obviously pretty good. 16 and 14 in the conference, it isn't great. And when you look at some of their losses, it's really bad, to be honest. Troy, not a super bad loss. James Madison's bad. UL Monroe's bad. Texas State and Missouri State, not too bad. But yeah, this Louisiana State team loses some really bad series, but they also get a lot of good wins. They beat Coastal Carolina 4 of the last 5 times. They've all played them within the last, I believe, like 2 weeks of the season. Coastal Carolina, I mean, a team that was in the national championship last year and is a 2 seed this year. They took down Southern Miss in the series, which is unbelievable. Arkansas State, who's had a good year. Dallas Baptist, who's been all right. I mean, Louisiana is right now one of the hottest teams in the country. The fact that they've just plowed over some of these like really good teams. Beating Southern Miss in a series is great. Coastal Carolina, Louisiana could be anybody on any given day, and I think that matters a lot. Unfortunately, the one thing they don't really have going for them, obviously, to go along with the fact that they've lost some really bad series, is the fact they don't really have any players that really step off the page, and it does hurt them a little bit. But regardless, this Louisiana team, I think, will either finish fourth or first. Then finally, we have Lipscomb, a team that went 29 and 24, 19 and 11 in their conference. Had a pretty solid year. Haven't done too much when it comes to, I mean, obviously they've done well in their conference, but haven't really done anything outside of that. They've lost to everybody good or even like any solid teams. Don't have any good series wins, any good one-off games. They haven't really done much when it comes to playing solid opponents. They did play Mississippi State though in a series that they lost early in the year, which is interesting to note. One of those games was 26-0. So I'm not. I don't think Lipscomb's going to beat Mississippi State on Friday. But I mean, look, we'll see. Lipscomb, they've proven it to some of these mid-major teams, but the reality is it's kind of hard when you haven't proven it to anybody else. So you guys remember when a couple minutes ago I mentioned that Louisiana would probably finish first or fourth? Drum roll, please. I have them in first place in the Starkville Regional. I love the pop that they have, the fact that they're so hot at the right time, the fact they've proven it against top teams. I really like a team like Louisiana in the 3 seed. I don't think Cincinnati is that strong as a 2. I don't think Mississippi State is strong at all as a 1. I think this is a perfect draw for Louisiana to kind of, take their chances and roll with it. And therefore, I'm going to have Louisiana at 1. I think that Cincinnati and Mississippi State will compete for second place. I'm actually going to give it to Cincinnati, though, who I think will give Louisiana the biggest run for their money. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's going to be really interesting to see if Louisiana can actually pull it off this weekend in Starkville. That all starts on Friday. Stay tuned on the channel if you want to see some more regional predictions before everything gets started this weekend.